Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we built this Curiosity Rover to put here in our hotel lobby. I think it turned out pretty good. We also got some work done on the rest of the hotel, and I think we worked on some turrets or something else, I can't remember. I've been on a work trip, it's been a little bit since I've recorded, so let's just go ahead and get back to it. Alright, so I did do a little bit of work off camera. I just put a mag plate here on the wheel and locked it down to the ground just so it stop drifting off the side of the hill here, and then I did a rotor and hinge lock on every one of these hinges. Wow, I need to go through here and rename all of this, but somebody in the comments has suggested putting a hinge lock on here in case it loses power, it won't droop. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought hinge locks still needed to be powered, but that'll be nice if that works. Otherwise, we got quite a bit of time with this nuclear reactor back here, so we should be fine for a while. All right, we also got these green walls here out of these 2x1 LCD panels, and I don't think it's great. I mean, it's all right. I just downloaded a green-looking photo online and just went with it. I think we could do better. I'm going to open it up to you guys on the Discord if you guys want to submit like 2x1 pictures, and we'll either like cycle through them or we'll put each one on different you know, levels, because we've got another level up there that we can do it to as well. That I never built, and we've got all of this side that I still haven't built, and then we've got this other side of the hotel here. Yeah, I made this thing too big. Right, I'm not exactly sure what I want to work on this episode, other than I realize I still have not carried the conveyor from up there down to here, and now I've filled in all of this spot over here with rooms, and then underneath it is like the vents to pressurize each room. Yeah, these Willis ducts to pressurize each room. And I really need some conveyors to go up there still. So I'm thinking, I guess we'll go through, instead of being the black beam, we'll put in these conveyors and then conveyor it to the back wall or something. I don't know yet. I still need to figure that out. So we should probably get that going. I'd like to thank all my members, but I'd like to thank the newest members: Alabama Bandit, the RPG Phil, Inkster 1013, Dos Fox, Robert Rice, and Oliver Whiteley. Thank you guys for joining. If you'd like to join, there should be a button down below. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, let's see. We got the elevator here. I guess we can come up right here. No, there's going to be a door there. Can't come up right there. I guess we got to come up right here. Or we could come one back, maybe? I guess we could. You're going to kind of see it here. I'm going to see that one too. Yes, I'm going to see that. So I could stair step it up and over the door. But you're going to see every one of these little corners. So that affects things a little bit. And then right here, it would come up and then go all the way over. Yeah, and then I guess we'd come up right here through this corner. Where am I going? Right over to there. So I guess I can come across. Maybe that'll be a T. When we come all the way across to here.
Inventory full.
There to
full.
There. And then that guy can come down right
Inventory
there.
Full.
I didn't mean to totally grind that one out. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. This is going to be a pain. Let's see, I think we'll face the vents out that way. Oh no, I'm going to have corners. Doy. Right, these need to be corners, which means they might vent out to space over that direction, so that's not great. Because then that guy would spin up. Okay, then that exposes the elevator, so I probably shouldn't have done that way. But I would see it over on this side. Maybe I do want to do it that way. I'll expose the elevator and we'll still put a piece of glass there. That'll still be fine, right? Let's see, I probably need to get these corners in here welded up before I lose access. Okay, then back to straight. I guess we'll just carry it this way. We'll just see it from that end. Well, I hope it doesn't depressurize. Oh, I don't know how this is going to look. Okay, that curves up there, and then, do I even want a post here? I didn't necessarily want a post here, huh? Well, I guess the doors go in here, so it doesn't really matter. We need to close up this room anyway. Which, I guess if I put a T there, that's really going to be open. That's all open, obviously. So maybe I should put a junction there. And then the straight can go down like this. That would be a perfect spot for a vent, actually. Let's put a vent there. Well, I think it'll be a good spot for a vent. I guess I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this. That conveyor right there might be annoying. Depending on what the roof looks like. Alright, well, we got some conveyors down to here and around. I guess these can probably go away. Oh, no, wait, that probably needed to be welded up, didn't it? Yep, that was part of that. Let's see, then this guy goes down. We'll probably just have him go down straight. That'd be fine. Still don't know what I'm doing in the basement, but we can re-plumb if we need to. And we'll just come and connect over to that one. Alright, slowly getting there. Did I get this one finished? No. There we go. Last one. Hopefully it goes green. Yay! Okay. Now we are all plumbed up to here, which we should have a cargo container. Let's go up there somehow. There we go. There's a hole. Alright, now we should have cargo access all the way up here. Alright, hide empty. Let's go find stuff. Yay! We've got cargo access. Okay, excellent. Alright, we got cargo access, but now we got to worry about all the air tightness. What I'm really worried about is this right here. This. I don't know how that's going to act. I have a feeling it's not going to be airtight, but I could be wrong. So, that could be a problem. This, I guess we can fill in with glass. With the elevator. That'll be alright. Could fill that with glass with the elevator. These rooms, I guess, would be fine. This is just going to be some type of little mini storage room, really. Not much to it. We could even just block it in for all I care. This is only like a 1x1 room. There's really no point to it. The elevator's going to come up, and now it's blocked by a pipe anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty pointless room, other than just a window. And then here, I guess, is the problem, because if I have a door here for the elevator that's on the outside, then this guy is facing the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, and I really don't like that this has that facing it, and this on the outside. That probably just needs to be a T. Okay, well that's plumbing for now. I think air tightness is going to be a real pain, but we've got a lot of stuff to do before we get to that point. We got the basement to fill in, so this dirt pile is pressurized. We got that roof over there, this room up there, and the entire half of the hotel. Yeah, that sounds like a tomorrow problem. Alright, I got the other side conveyored up. I think now that we've got cargo access, let's go ahead and work on the control tower up here. Alright, so over here is going to be the main launch, so let's go ahead and work on desks over here. They should all be in here, right? No, it's the control consoles, that's what I want. Then the wraparound corner, yes please. Actually that would be cool to wrap around that way, wouldn't it? Yeah, maybe not that corner, but we can end it like that. Another set of chairs there. And then there's really no point in sitting and staring at the wall, so we may or may not be button panels, so let's go ahead and put those in. And then here I was going to have some type of center area with like programmable blocks or something else in it. We got the turret controller in here. Although, that turret is just... it is a disappointment. It sometimes detects it, sometimes it doesn't. I'm wondering if we should have like spotter cameras around instead of those. That might be the better thing to do, I don't know. Those need to be there to match the other side. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I kind of like all this natural light coming up through here. It'd be kind of nice to keep. Somehow. How would that look, like getting half cut off? Not horrible. Okay, we're getting somewhere. These don't have to be full blocks, but they could. These ones at least need to be cut back. Nope, those are all full blocks. This one has a rotor in it. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that does need to be a full block. This can be the partial. This here in the middle, we can put those troffer lights. There we go. Alright, it's a beautiful thing. Maybe a restroom or something down here would actually be good. So maybe we can have like another control up here on the top. like with ladders on the side. How easy is that to get around? Oh, that's pretty easy. Yeah, we could do something like that to get up to some type of second level up here. That could go into an armory, couldn't it? That'd be kind of cool. Armory there, and the bathroom could probably go down, you know, a level. Doesn't have to be on this CIC level. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I don't know if I particularly like it, but we're getting somewhere. Maybe this guy should move. Maybe we can have 2 in here, because we're gonna need at least a couple cameras, right? Alright, out here somewhere, could we put a camera, maybe? I guess we could attach it to this, but it feels kind of pointless to have a pop-up turret that already has a custom turret on it. Like over here would be better, because then it would catch it before these would pop in, and then we put another one on the other side, or maybe 3 of them. So maybe we could just put a camera in here. I'm gonna get exposed. There we go. Alright, so what if over here we put a rotor? There we go. Just a normal rotor, so I think the offset is better on it. Can I reach it? Oh, please, come on. Alright, well, please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Okay. There we go. Now we can weld it up. Alright, now we just put up a little rotor. I think it'll look better. With a little hinge. And a camera on top of that. Does it have to have a weapon? I guess that's what I don't know. When did these tolerances get so weird? Why is that guy conflicting with the hinge? I don't remember that being a thing. I mean, it's just a camera. It should have, like, no hitbox. If I change this displacement, does it change the hinge at all? No. Yeah, like, why is that camera causing issues with the hinge? Look at that. That's wild. What is the deal there? If I take you off, are you going to snap right back? Yes, you are. When's one of these cameras so weird? It's always been that way and I'm just dumb? Maybe I could just put this on? Alright, if I put the camera on like that, it would tilt up and over and around. Yeah, I guess that would work. Except for I'm already at -90, I should probably put it on the other way, huh? It's not a bad little camera. We'll probably just hook that guy up to a broadcast controller and see if he's gonna work. So that'll be kind of cool. That's a nice little mini camera. I know I could put it like on a whole ball turret with a gun and stuff, but I'm hoping it'll just target with just the camera, but I don't know. Alright, and then just to make sure, these spotlights...
Energy critical.
Searchlights, I guess is what it is. Okay, yep. Spotlights are just like a turret. They have all the same stuff, but they don't, yeah, they don't have any actions that I can control off of it. So that's a little annoying. Alright, we got enemies and neutrals, but I don't think it does anything with meteors. Alright, I've got an AI block and I've got a broadcast controller. Let's go ahead and enter some messages here. Let's see. Test camera. Alright, got some test messages in here. Got meteors for the camera, the AI defense, and then AI offense. So let's go ahead and build an AI offense as well. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to all this, but I think it's worth a field test. Okay, AI behavior on. It's looking for enemies. Alright, closest, that's fine. We're not doing anything with subsystems. We're not doing circle. Oh, I do need to have weapons. Okay. I guess we'll just add one of the Gatlings. Why not? It has no active move type blocks. Okay, I figured. And then we need to... we'll probably just change this guy out. That's going to use the test rotor, test hinge, and test camera. That's all good. Target meteors is on. Okay, everything should be good there. I don't think the AI is on this one. Yeah, there we go. Searching for enemies every 5 seconds. Is that too much? Oh, I don't have a choice. Oh. Okay. Alright, we don't need that one. We know that one's not going to work. Alright. HUD is up. We should get messages if it actually happens. Alright, now I guess I just gotta wait for some meteors. Maybe that shouldn't be the window there. Maybe it needs to carry further. I don't know how that ceiling is gonna go. Probably should have ended it there, huh? While we wait for a meteor storm, I think we can do better here. Yeah, it's much better. Now we can actually see a rocket launch. We might be able to get it up here, too. Yeah, if we use the floorless bridge, is that... Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, that'll be a good rocket view, even when we're up here, right? Yeah, I like that a lot better. Okay. Alright, well, I'm still waiting on a meteor storm to trigger one of these things. We'll see if it works, but put some railings up here. We'll put some actual ground on there when I decide what we're going to do down here. I think it's going to have probably armories, which have the ceiling on them. There's like these ones. Yeah, the armory ones, those have a ceiling on it, so those might be good. These don't have weapons in them anymore, do they? I think they used to, but now we have these, so maybe that would be better. But, I don't know. Or maybe it's a server farm in here. That looks kind of cool with that stuff in here. So I'll have to come up with some type of ceiling, and then I'm thinking up here on the top. Do I have it? Yeah, projector. Projector table up here. Right here would be good. I just don't know if that's the block that's going to go there. So we'll figure that out. Got some of the ceiling done, got some lights and some piping. Some piping over here. Completed the glass on the elevator here. I think this is pretty good. I might put more screens in, I don't know. I did do down here, let's go down there. I did take out one of the bridge windows and put in a normal window so we can actually see down on the pad. So I think that's good. And then it's just got one control chair. And I think that works there. And then we've got the stairs down here. I guess that's what we can work on next. So we've got this level. I didn't put glass on that one, did I? We got glass on the one side and not the other. And that didn't get welded up. And this needs a railing, doesn't it? Yeah, this level and this level down here will not have an elevator stop. It'll just be stair access, and the stairs may go down all the way down to here. We'll have to see. I like the idea of turning this into a restaurant. I'm just having a hard time figuring out where it's all going to go. I've got this in the way now with the conveyors. Could I put it on the outside anywhere? Not really without messing with the aesthetic, huh? Well, if I put a pipe here, it's just going to come out right there. Like on the top right there, which means I need to have an exposed right angle block because I can't just put in a junction. I mean, I could, but then you see the junction from that side and you see it from inside the elevator, and that's pretty ugly. Yeah, I was thinking in theory I could go like that and then like this and it would rotate around up, but no, I think we're gonna keep it the way it is. It's been like the most calm the weather has been. Like, of course I'm waiting for it. And I don't have a meteor strike or a storm or anything. Not really waiting on the storm, but... Alright, so here is going to be a maintenance level, so I don't want to have access to the elevator here either, so let's block that in. I'm really hoping this is going to pressurize the way I think it's gonna. Alright, then here, I was going to do... that'll probably be a good place for the door, huh? We'll do a door there, and then we'll do double. Make it anywhere attached? Yeah, there we go. This will go around. That's another one. That's the door. Can't put anything there. And I have nowhere to attach there, so I gotta find the corner. Oh, it's right next to it. Okay. I was just trying not to switch up my toolbar until I had to, but it's literally the next one. Okay. That we can get with the lobster. That'll be easy. So now I need some way to get between here and there. Here and there and everywhere. We got the stairwell on this side, and that's going to be kind of a pain for a airlock. So let's not do the airlock on this side. Let's just do it on the other side. We don't need to have 4 entrances out here. Block that in. Oh, I didn't get the corners over here. That's right. Means I probably missed this one. Yes, I did. Ooh, the round hatch is an option. Don't really use those that often. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with the round hatch. Oh, I need the mirror version. Huh. One has the door closed and one has the door open. Interesting. I never noticed that. Right, is there any way to... Well, I'm kind of blocking that entire pipe section with the stairs. I don't want to come across the top. Should I come right here? No, that's a block. Alright, I have the conveyors coming up there and around. Do I want the conveyors to come up here and around, or... I'm probably alright. You know what? We could probably just take it out and at least come around, and then we have an access port here. See, so that would become a T, and then we can just straighten off from here. Around? Which way am I going with that? I guess it's hanging down. We could continue with that, right? 3%. Can we make it back down?
Critical.
Actually, where's the stairs? Right there. Can we make it to the stairs, or should we go down? You know what? I'm gonna go down. Alright, that kind of worked. Right, what do I need for conveyors? Motors, construction, steel tube. Wow, I need a lot, actually. Okay. Let's see. Let's go over here, hide empty, and let's get some stuff. Steel plate. I don't remember if interior tube was in it. Small steel tube definitely was. Motors are in it. Computers, sure. Let's see. Just the ship, please. Construction components. Steel plate is good. Probably get some of those. What else do we need? Small steel tube I got. Interior plate probably. That's probably good for now. Get the railings and the conveyors. Alright, batteries are on auto. That's good. Ooh, we're a bit heavy. Yeah, no, my extra thrusters are on. We're good there. Do you think we can get that one in the corner? Ooh, we can. Can't tell through the glass if we got that one. We must have. Alright, sweet. You love the lobster. Make short work of things. I just want some temporary blocks in here for now. Somehow I want to get an airlock in here. So we need to somehow get a tank and a valve set up and a vent. That's going to be a challenge. Actually, that could be the vent. Or not the vent, that could be the connector. No, it couldn't, because I need one of these after it. So we could put that there with a right angle. Oh no, I got it. I know how to do this. Okay, T there. Replace this one with the straight. Might screw up the ceiling down there, so we might have to do something different, but we'll figure it out. See, this guy goes here. Means the right angle one can go... Oh, that's not the right way. Here we go. Right angle that way. Normal one that way. There's our valve. And then we can take our tank, and then right here is our vent. There it is.
Meteors inbound.
Ooh, meteors. Okay. Turn our display back on. And let's go check it out. See if this is going to detect anything. I guess I didn't tie the pop-up of that guy to activate those turrets, so we might be in trouble. Something is targeting him. It's not you. Something targeted it, but it wasn't the ball turret, and those turrets down there are off. Unless it was the train? That seems unlikely. We didn't get any broadcast controller alert, so we didn't get either of those working, so the camera didn't get it. And, which, the camera's way over here. I guess I kind of get that it's way over here. It's not going to get that one. But we didn't get into broadcast controller alert, so whatever was targeting it, if it was the AI defense, it did not trigger the, broadcast controller, so what's the deal there? Alright, well, we'll wait for the next one, I guess, and we'll see if it's going to be in a different area. We don't have a round door that's half block, right? Yeah, we don't. I mean, I could just do that. Or that? Let's do another 2 doors. Why not? Alright, we've got our airlock in here. We just need to seal it off, which we can use the round corridors. There they are. Corridor with a light? Oh wait, no, that needs to be the T. Okay, I guess we have 0 light in here, so that's a problem. I can't put a lighted corridor in here because I need all the T's. Let's put an X there instead, and then maybe here we can put one of those troffer lights. Or maybe this light. Troffer light would be kind of cool though, wouldn't it? Where are you? There it is. Maybe vertical. Yeah, that's good. Maybe a little bit more on the radius. Maybe not though. Try 8. Yeah, I think 8's good. Okay. Now we've got an airlock. Oh yeah, we can't see the dots on it, huh? I don't really know what to do with this room, other than it's nice to have an airlock out here and have a little walkway. That's really all I'm after. I guess it can be just like a parts room. Yeah, I'm thinking these guys can go in there. Let's make them a different color so they pop out. Yeah, this is where SE2 will be nice. I could actually put stuff right here. That would be handy. Because yeah, a shelf would go right in this wall. Okay, and then we'll hold off on the floor, welding it up until we see what the ceiling of the other room looks like, because this is pretty inconsequential. This will be the floor for the next one. Here. I guess, what did I say? I was going to put a bathroom in here? Dude, we should probably have a couple troffer lights here for this room. Like that. Which means we really don't need anything else. Can I just get away with one of these big ones? I think I could. I don't think that looks bad. Alright, how do we want a wall in this room? I guess I could take that off. This would be the wall here. You're seeing into the elevator. but you can also see the sunlight out there at sunset. So that's an advantage. Should I make this like quarters or living space in any way? Like for people that are stationed at the control tower, they don't have to go down into the hotel. And perhaps this is like a little rec room or something. I guess it could be like the Sky Miles Club or something, where it's like the privileged lounge or something. Maybe it is part of the restaurant and not part of the tower. That you've got some type of restaurant thing up here, like Sky Lounge. That's a possibility. I can't put another block there. So if I put another window, it's going to have to be in this block, which doesn't help with chairs and whatnot. Or I could do like bunks like this and do like these up at the top and then something down at the bottom. Kind of leaving the idea of this being like a weird Sky Lounge. And then we'll have to do some type of door or something to go up to the top here, because we don't want this to be accessed by anybody else. But then there's no elevator to it. Alright, I really like the idea of this being a Sky Lounge now that we got so much like natural light in here. This is great.
Inventory full.
Okay. Well, the only problem is I can't have a door. I can't put the glass door right there, because if I do that, obviously the air is going to go out that way. So I could put a full door in. Ooh, I could put like this door. Then that blocks all that natural light. Really wanted to keep the glass of it. Alright, could I replace that block with anything? If I put a full block, then that would overlay that. What if I put that like corner looking one?
Full.
Okay, I was thinking that block, but we could actually get away with this one. Where is it?
Energy low.
There it is. Get away with that one? That's not horrible. I can deal with that. It'll seal it off. Okay. Yep. This is going to be another stop on the elevator. I think it'll be good. And now it's sealed, and that's good. We're getting natural light in here, which is really good. So I just need to really worry about that top piece. I do want to keep that. Yeah, so this is going to be a Sky Lounge thing. This will be like the emergency exit down. So we want to have like a bar is really what I want to do here. Let's see. We got the refrigerators, right? Somewhere. Lab freezer somewhere. Not in the kitchen. Spencer's in there. Where is it? With the lockers? Yeah, lab freezer. So you kind of walk off the elevator into the bar, but that's alright. Do I want bar seating, though? Like, should I have these there? Probably not. I guess the bar would be better to have in the center, wouldn't it? Like this? And then wrap around? Well, probably just there. Oh, let's see, what I got on that side? Just those. Those can go away. Alright, these can go away. We don't have to have those.
Inventory full.
Alright, then here we can put these insect couches, because somebody had done this with these couches, and it kind of made like a cool lounge area, because they're really close together. That looks pretty nice. That's a little close to that, though. Yeah, we'll do this one this way, and this one... That one's that way, though the plants are outside, so we'll do it this way, with that couch still there. And then we'll put a couch here. Yeah, that worked. Okay, those in the corner, or... What else could I put? Maybe these interior blocks? These ones? Go like that? I think the passageway ones were better. Alright, we'll do these here. I guess I'm going to come up with something here in the corner now, too. Alright, I think those will work on the outside. That'll block it in. Do I have a way back in now? I guess I never welded these up. I don't have a way back in. Okay, well, we're going through the airlock. We're getting somewhere. We got a bar in here now. I think that looks pretty good. We got a kitchen over there. We got a little toilet over here. The lounge area. I guess I need like a jukebox and some other stuff.
Meteors
that can go against the wall here, I guess. And then maybe here we could have a vending machine or something. Probably work. Yeah, so we'll have this as like the Sky Lounge thing. Meteors inbound. Are we gonna get... Nope. Something's getting blown up. Oh, something's shooting. Well, our turret's activated. That's good. Which means our ball turret did detect them, but our camera system over there did not. At least we didn't get the broadcast controller thing going on. Okay, so these still haven't popped back down, and these doors are still not coming up. Why are these not coming up when the activation happens? It pops back down, those swing up, and it goes. But for whatever reason, those doors aren't popping up when it's deployed. Alright, we're gonna figure that out. And then this guy, is he aimed anywhere different? Technically he is. Okay, nothing in the text list, though. Do I have to set that broadcast controller to do anything? It shouldn't, right? Okay, no, this is tied to the test camera, so it is working there, and the setup actions is working to deploy and stow. So it wasn't using the ball turret one, it is using the test camera, so the test camera did work. It's just not sending a broadcast. Okay, so I did do this in the test camera, but I don't think I actually set it to do anything. I think I was going to use another turret controller, and then I just took this one. So, that's a thing. Alright, well, I think that's good for the club. I think we need to maybe repaint it, because that's a lot of white, battered armor around here. I guess maybe white plastic or something might look better. Definitely makes it look cleaner. Those can probably stay battered armor. Part of the wall. Eh, that helps a little bit. Okay, well, I like that. I really like this sky bridge thing going on here. We got like a maintenance area between, and then our tower above. So the stairs is kind of blocked off, so I've got a door there. As we come down, you've got this door. So I guess in case of emergency, they could open these doors and let people down the stairs. But for the most part, this would be like employee only. I think that's okay. And you come down here, and you've got the airlock. And then down here we'll go further into... I still think this is a good idea for a restaurant. I just don't know exactly where to put the kitchen. Yeah, I'm thinking like the kitchen needs to be in the middle so you can have seating on either side in the windows, but I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Because we've got a very tight space to crawl in here. Unless I just have one door. Like this is the private entrance to the kitchen, and this is the main entrance for people. But then you'd have to have like a way to cross over and make sure you take the right elevator from like the lounge or from the hotel. And that might not be the greatest idea. Alright, I really don't know what to do on this room still, so we're just gonna leave it again. Okay, one thing I do want to do, I want to take out one of these, well actually a couple? Yeah, let's take out a couple. Alright, then I want to put connectors on the end here as just a temporary to put the lobster and the langoustine on to get them to charge, so I can get rid of this in the middle here and get rid of the monorail. So I'm going to get the monorail back into the room here. So, anything in here? No. So we can take you. Alright, nothing in there. That's good. Let's get rid of that. I guess we can get rid of that? No, I think that's connected to conveyors underneath. Yeah, it is. Okay. Do I have steel plate on me? No. Alright, well I was a little worried about that. We're out of power on the monorail. I let it sit too long without being plugged in, so we're going to just put a nuclear reactor on the side. And I didn't leave myself access to cargo. I guess we'll go all the way over here. Alright, 20 ingots should be plenty, right? Alright, so we need a charger for this guy. I have these little top hook things here, which I may or may not use. I don't know, because I was watching Split's video, and he had a connector on his, and it was able to glide over it. Like, whatever he had on this block was able to glide over a connector. So that might be an option. I just need to be able to get a connector on the bottom of our craft here somehow, which I don't know if we can do that. Did I park this over here? Okay, so that's not great options there. Under here... No, that's just the floor. I've got it so tight to the ground. Yeah, that's a battery in there. I do like a small connector, but I'm pretty sure this is the thing that it needs to run over top because it's skinny. So like this isn't going to work, obviously. It'll run into a full block. So the small connector doesn't help me because there's no small connector version of this. Okay, well, that answers that question. Yeah, that sensor would probably be for the airlock, wouldn't it? Like when it gets into range, it would cycle the airlock, and then it wouldn't do anything till it gets out of range anyway. So that'll work. We just need a sensor on the front here, I bet. Yeah, we got space for a sensor right there. that when it sees the wall, it'll stop. That'll be good. I wonder if I could do a sensor. Okay, here's an idea. I get a sensor right here as well, on a hinge. I wonder if this would work or not, and if we'd have enough range on it. Let's see, here. It might block the camera a bit, but I really shouldn't have gotten rid of my cargo access. That's a little annoying. Guess we got it all the way over here. Okay, I know I'm kind of jumping all over, but I have an idea. So, okay, so we'll have a sensor on the front that'll detect the wall to put on the brakes to stop. But we'll have this sensor here. We're going to rotate this guy almost horizontal. We just want it to tilt a bit. Negative 85 seems like a good number. Why not? All right, then we just bring in the extension here, all the way in the back. The front would be super high. We'll have to figure it out when we get outside. It would detect nothing except for... Right, it would detect stations, and that should be it. It's not going to be its own subgrid. We don't have to worry about that. That should be fine. And so we want it to detect stuff, and if it doesn't detect it, it'll stop. And so hopefully that'll help us if there's a broken track. So as this guy's coming along, he's still got track the whole stretch here. And 85 degrees might not be much, because that's only, what, like 3 or 4 blocks ahead of him? And if he's going fast enough, he's going to need to stop sooner than that. Oh yeah, I got to be looking at it. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, something like that. And so then if, like, this piece of track is missing, is that going to disconnect? Yes. Let's not do that. Alright, let's sacrifice this piece, because we can actually stay connected to the grid. That would be good. This might be too shallow, because it's going to detect the back side of the one. Yeah, so it's detecting the top of the one, and gets to the other one before that thing triggers. So that's not going to work. And then this guy is going to derail if I do that, I would assume. Okay, so we do need to have a sharper angle. I wonder how fast we could get this guy to stop. Probably should have charged the battery before I experimented with all this, but I got a little too excited. Okay, so if I barely push that ahead, yeah, that's a terrible angle. I mean, that's only 3 blocks, but it would trigger. It would trigger before it gets there. Okay. Well, we are getting a red to green, so that's good. Let's see if we can split the difference, though. Okay, 10 is still barely touching the track. That's a little too close. I don't know how that's going to do when we go down a hill or something. So 10.5 maybe? Alright, we're in the block, that's good. And then we do trigger the sensor, and then we trigger again. So, now, how do I get this sensor to put the brakes on all the wheels? Do I have all the wheels as a thing? I guess I just want it, not the side wheels, it would be the top wheels that are on this cab. It'd be this. So we're going to call this one car 1. Alright, cab 1 driving wheels, let's put that on. And then we can do, it does do brakes, it does do propulsion, that's all good. This guy, when he detects not that, he's going to lock up the wheels. Reset propulsion override, that's one of those things. Set speed limit. Isn't there a brake? Propulsion on and off, can brake, allow brake, air shock. I guess it doesn't do that, does it? It's supposed to... See, the part comes from the cab or the remote control block, doesn't it? So that's not going to work. Alright, I got a remote control block back here. So then we can put the parking brake on. Let's see. Alright, so when we're not in range, the override gets set to 0, and the handbrake gets turned on. And that should stop the vehicle, hopefully? What is clanging around? Is it this? I mean, it's kind of moving, but I don't see anything clanging. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that's doing. Handbrake is off. Okay, why can't I move? Okay, well, this is a thing. I had to turn the invert propulsion on the right-hand side to get the... Oh, handbrake worked. Okay, that worked. Okay, so I can drive now. I don't have any of the wheels inverted. And then if I go in here, and let's go to our wheels. The right-hand wheels, I'm going to go ahead and invert them, because then when I come in here, let's just put it on the G menu, actually. Take our wheels, and we'll do... Is there a set propulsion? Reset... Reset propulsion. There we go. Set propulsion override. is this a decimal or can I do like 10? Okay, 10%. Okay, confirm. If I do this, it'll start driving. Okay, it's going to start driving really slow. Okay, apparently 10% is not enough to get this sucker moving. Okay, well, let's... Oops. Alright, let's change that. 25? Okay, that's a little bit better. We'll move slow for now. Okay, now when it catches the gap, it should stop. Should throw the handbrake on. Here we go. Handbrake is on, we stopped. That's good. Okay, now I turn the handbrake off. I need a... No, it's already reset to 0. The propulsion is already reset. So we can't move. But I also can't manually move, and that is weird because apparently, let's see, I need to create another group. We've got these wheels, but I've got the right-hand side as well. Let's take that. We might have to come up with like a sequence here because driving wheels right, I need to turn off the invert propulsion. No. Yeah. Yeah, I need to turn this invert propulsion on and off. So I turn it off. Now I can drive again. Now I'm like totally able to do my own driving manually. So that's kind of weird. I don't know how that's going to work with the remote control. So let's just see if we can get the remote control to work. First off, let's get those wheels. These wheels. What do we have for a speed limit? That's pretty fast, actually. Let's slow that down to like 60 for now. And then if I create a GPS over here on the other side of this gap, okay, we'll have a monorail test right there. Can we get this guy to drive towards it? So if I do remote control, because there is a control wheel, so he should try. Why can I not turn that on? Direction forward. One way. Okay, that's fine. Okay, direction forward, one way, and then we'll do autopilot on here. So we can actually have a little bit of control. Autopilot on, off. Let's turn autopilot on and see if he's going to drive towards it. He does not. So I need to invert the wheels. That doesn't help either. Okay, what is he trying to do? We don't know. Does like an AI flight move help rather than the remote control? It shouldn't, right? I was thinking about just doing a wheel override anyway, but I was just curious if this was the better way to do it with GPS points. Figured it would work. Control wheels and handbrake. Let's talk on the handbrake on and off. Okay, current waypoint is that, and it's not moving. Okay, so we can do a propulsion override though, and that'll work. We'll just turn that off, and we're slowly gaining speed, but that's okay. Alright, so how quickly can we stop? That was like 2 blocks. So let's turn that back off, turn the handbrake off. Oops. Hit the gap twice. That's fine. 15, 16, somewhere in there. It was 60 kilometers an hour or whatever, right? Which I don't remember the conversion for. We're just going to go with that. 15, 16 is what it's doing. Is it going to stop, do you think? Oh. Nope. Not even close. Well, that's good to know. It jumps the gap, but the handbrake did not even try. That didn't register as we were going faster. Okay, let's see. Let's see this again. We'll go fast, and we'll see if it just skips the gap. No, there it tried, but it's not braking fast enough. But we can jump the gap. That's good news. I'm glad I didn't just derail this thing. Okay, now we have other wheels. We have these wheels here, and these ones back here. Do I need a remote control on all of them to get the handbrakes to work? Because does the handbrake work? I'm pretty sure the handbrake is only braking these wheels. Oh, it doesn't really tell me if the brake is on, does it? It just says it can brake. Okay, well that's not helpful. I was hoping to see if the wheels were that way, because what I'm thinking is, let's go ahead and drive where we actually have cargo access. We know this guy can jump the gap, so let's go ahead and do that. But we were going so fast it didn't even register. Yeah, look at that. It didn't even try to register. So that's a little dangerous. Oh, we got a handbrake here. Oh. It's the subgrids. Wait, there's still a block there. Why is that not detecting that one? That's still a block. Detect stations. I guess detect large ships. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, because it's not in the voxel. That's what it was doing. Okay. There we go. That's fine. Okay, well, mystery solved on that one. We need some oxygen, don't we? Mark that kind of cockeyed. Didn't even notice I did that. Okay, let's get some remote control blocks. I want more. I want to get some more remote control blocks on here, so let's find a decent spot for them. I want to put one on each, like, wheel chassis to see if this helps with braking any faster. So where in the world could we put it under here into this module? So we got a rotor there. I guess we know that it can skip a gap, right? So I can just go ahead and take one of these out. All right, so where on this chassis could we put it? Because that is part of the main cockpit. It's just this little guy right here. That's a battery. I really wish I didn't have those conveyors like that. I could put it on the front of that rotor. If I could just get to it, that would be wonderful. So I just need to back up a bit. All right, did I drive far enough forward? Oh, I drove way too far forward. Oops. Does this not have the same rotor? Oh, it's got a block there. Oh. Okay. Apparently I missed that on the other one. That's fine. Let's face this one that way. Alright, then we need one on the main cab. I had just stuck it here on the front, with the... Well, I think it was fine actually where it was. Right here, we don't have the camera on here. We should probably get that. But let's see, I put one right here. Kinda wish that curve was the other way, because that would look really nice that way. But that's fine. We got a camera and sensor and stuff in front of it anyway. So that's fine. I really need an area where I can put more stuff. Let's see. You, sensor, you're triggering for nothing. Just stop tinging at me. Let's see, there was underneath all of these... I had batteries over there. I think I had empty space over here. In this cab. There's some that we could put some timers and things in. Yeah, put some timers in there. Alright, I'm going to call this timer handbrakes. And the actions, we're going to do all the remote control blocks. Let's see, that's the bogey 2 and 3. Then, I thought I renamed these. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's cab 1, and then the other one here is going to be cab 4. Just so I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back down. In case we ever need that. Okay, so then this needs to go away. That autopilot didn't do anything. Alright, now, can we turn the handbrake on all 4 of these? Turn them on and off with the sensor. Is that going to help us? So then here, we need to have our timer. Handbrake on, trigger now. Oh, here's our gap right here. Okay, that was our handbrake. I don't know if it did it any faster, though. Handbrake is off. Let's get up to full speed, and then we'll hit the button. We can't really see what we're doing, huh? Let's go ahead and just put a red dot where we can stop. Let's just fill this back in, just in case. I really don't feel like breaking the monorail. Of course, I'm out of blocks. Alright, handbrakes are off, and I've got a red block up here that I painted. So when that sensor gets to the red block, I'm going to hit the handbrake, and we're going to see how quickly we stop. Okay, that was within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And then let's just do the cab 1 here. We're going to do handbrake on off, and let's see if it's any different. Let's get further back. I don't know if we're going to get full speed again. Okay, 16 meters per second. Let's hit that red dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. So it's about the same. It didn't seem to help any putting the handbrake on the other wheels, did it? And I'm pretty sure this cab is pressurized. I should probably just close the doors. Yeah, there we go. Might as well not choke to death while we're experimenting here. Okay, full 16 meters per second. Handbrake on. No, it's pretty much the same. Okay, well, that didn't help anything. So now, let's go back into the wheels. We have these side wheels that are not braking. They're not doing anything other than guiding us on the track. So maybe we'll do that to allow them to brake. Let's see if that helps us. They're not really touching the track. You can see them kind of barely spinning anyway. The other ones might be spinning more. Depends on what's getting contact. Nope, those are on and off on touching too. I don't have much faith that this is going to do anything. That was a little bit faster. I don't really want to mess with the wheel settings because it runs so well. Like, I don't want to get more traction on those wheels and have them rub even more than they already are. Because this thing is working out so well. I mean, it stopped on the red dot there. That was alright. Let's see. Let's turn the rest of the wheels on. So all the side wheels. Alright, let's turn all the braking on all the wheels, and let's see if this is going to help us. Yeah, I had a feeling we got weird stuff going on now. And push. Okay, that was faster. We actually stopped at, like, right at the red. We might actually have a really good top speed then, if that got to the gap and it stopped. That might be good. So let's actually go back and do... We're going to lose all of our air again, that's fine. Let's grind this off. And let's test out our sensor. So this sensor now, set up actions instead of this guy. It needs to do the timer of hand brakes. It's going to do a trigger now on that one. And let's test it out. Alright, let's go ahead and test this out. See if that sensor's going to work. It probably won't work actually at full speed, will it? Like the sensor didn't work last time. It just jumped the gap. Oh, there it goes. And ooh. Oh, that's a little sketchy. Didn't quite stop fast enough. What else could we do here? Because if we go too shallow, it's gonna not detect the gap, right? Alright, so the sensor doesn't really detect until we get halfway. I guess the sensor would be better if it was higher and pitched down more. Could we go through ourselves? We could, right? Like, we could have the sensor back here pointing down, right? That might look stupid, but I want to try it. That light might need to go or something. We'll come up with something better. Alright, so it's only going to detect stations and large ships and nothing else. Alright, now if I pitch this guy down to, like, I don't know, negative 80? Was that a good one? Okay, so I can pitch this guy down like this. Negative 20, I guess? I do something like that. That gets me a better angle. But I can get better angles, I'm sure. Let's go negative 10, and let's get like a better range on this sensor. Okay, looks like we barely detect there at 23. Let's do that. We should probably go a little bit more than that. It's barely on there. Okay, half meters in there, that's good. This might work out. This is really ugly, and we might be able to come up with something a little bit better. I wonder if I could go on this block and if it would actually rotate down enough. I'm worried that it would stay at 90 degrees. But there might be enough play. There might be enough play that we could put a full block there. Let's test it out, actually. Let's go reverse on this. Oh, I don't have any power. Okay, and then let's put a full block here. And let's pitch this guy back down. We'll see how much of an angle he gets before he starts conflicting. Yeah, well, we're still within the angle and it's still perfect. Can we go further? It kind of lets us. But that negative 10 is actually really good. Okay, that still goes. So let's make this less ugly. Let's redo that. Rotate you up so we can get the sensor on you. We might have to just take that out, which is fine. Yeah, look at that. It's still within the light. We're all right. Okay. Everything needs to come in. This was at like 32 and a half or 33 or something like that. I don't remember. It's going to be different now because we're blocked down. Show on HUD. We don't want to detect players or proximity. We just want large ships and stations. That's good. That can't be the angle. We were definitely more shallow than that.
Frontiers inbound.
Did we gain ourselves any range? What do we have? Like 6 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, we're like double that range now. So we could pitch down further than I was doing. Okay, 8 feels pretty good. Let's take this guy back out. We should be able to pressurize and not get killed by Deborah. There we go. Hopefully that helps. I did not set up anything on that sensor though. Well, this seemed like a good idea. It's getting better range on our thing, which would get a sharper angle, but I don't think I really sharpened up my angle that much, did I? I was hoping to get a longer stopping distance here, but it's going to just skip the thing. And that worked that time. And it stops before it gets there, but... Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm putting my parking brake on. I need to do that. No P. Alright, full speed again. Let's see if this works. This is a lot of experimenting here, but it'll be nice if it works. Okay, that one worked that time. And we did stop before we got to the gap, so that's good. Alright, now how do I feel about that speed? It's kind of slow, isn't it? I mean, I guess that's probably fine. I mean, that's probably a decent speed, honestly. I was hoping to go a little bit faster, but I also don't want to, like, derail the thing because of a broken track and meteors, so we're probably okay. Let's do the propulsion override. So let's do 3 to invert those wheels, and then let's do the propulsion override, and we're going to see if it's going to stop on its own. Also, how long it takes to accelerate at 100% to get up to full speed. I feel like it's slower than us just driving. Yeah, I guess we're already... No, we're still not there. We're at 12. It will still use the speed limit though, right? I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, it got up to 14. Okay, that worked. The propulsion is still gonna be 100%. Because I didn't reset that. Alright, well, we're definitely going to need an antenna on here to tell us that the track is broken and a broadcast controller. And maybe an action relay? I don't know. I don't know exactly what we'll do with it. Let's see, that off. There we go. Alright, we should be fine as we drive into the station. Should just constantly detect the wall. So we should be fine there. What we need to do is figure out when to stop this guy. So we're going to have a sensor out here somewhere that it detects the monorail coming in on the track here and cycles the airlock, and we might have to have like something that it gets to a location and it resets the speed so it doesn't come in so fast, like maybe we slow it down, and then this guy, when this sensor is on, it's going to go ahead and detect stations and large ships. All right, we need this platform. There we go. Get up into the cab, which means we need to stop really close, actually. So yeah, we definitely need to slow this guy down when he gets to a certain range. So how do we want to do that? Let's see, this guy could probably also do that handbrake. Okay, we'll do a trigger now on the handbrake when he hits the wall, or gets close to it. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that one out. Okay, we're gonna have to increase the range on that, because that was... Whew. Alright, let's set a speed limit that's really slow. Let's just see what that looks like. 2 meters per second. Is that too fast coming in here? That doesn't feel bad, right? I mean, that feels pretty good coming in. That's fast, in a sense, of coming into a station. And it stops pretty good there. Let's see, we still have clearance for that door. Oh, that's right, I wanted to change out these doors. Oh, well, that was pressurized, that's cool. Oh, I have the chairs there. Oh, that might not work. We had it all spaced out for these offset doors. Those ones look so much cooler. I feel like we might have to rework the cab, because that looks so much better. I guess I can come over one, right? And just go right there? This guy can just come out. Okay, yeah, that'll work, right? And just put that guy right there? Okay, that looks so much better. Distraction. These ones are going to stay the same. That's totally fine. I'm not redoing that. Plus those look good anyway. Alright, so that's a really good speed limit, I think, to coming in to docking. We want it to go slow. That feels pretty good. We'll come in here at a slow speed into the monorail station. It will come in here and it will stop. Ooh. Yeah, no, I guess that's alright. Still don't know that I like this. I would almost want to redo the cab to see if we can get the door lower. We got all the trolley and the wheels and stuff on there, so I don't know if that's even possible. Because this one, we've got it sunken down because the trolleys are up here. I don't think we have that option over here. No, we really don't. Maybe I should just create a ramp on the monorail, actually. Just get rid of this. You know what? We have that mod with the longer ramps. If we just did a 3x1, would that look dumb? Yeah, you know what? That's good. I'm good with that. Then we can just put a button on here. Or something that, like, the door opens, the ramp comes down, or something like an event controller. Alright, that makes much more sense. Then we don't have to worry about this station ramp thing going on. That'll work. I don't know why I didn't do that before. And then here we can put some lights. Like that. We already got headlights down there, but that'll look cool. Brake lights? Or corner lights? Ooh, we could do spotlights too. I was thinking just these. I think we'll just do running lights like that. That'll look good. Okay. Yep, that's the answer. Go ahead and reverse that. You know what? Let's just put a button for now. That works. I forgot I already put buttons in here. I just never assigned them. So that works. I like it. I think I was maybe going to have this like depressurize, but I don't know if it has a tank. I guess it probably would, right? Yeah. Okay, so we should probably have a sequence to depressurize, open the door, do the ramps, the whole thing. That would probably be the best option. We'll get there. Right now I'm just going to put up the ramp. It must be that sensor over there on the wall that's going off, huh? Coming in hot at 10 meters per second or whatever it was. Okay, that feels pretty good. We're definitely within range. We don't have to be exactly on with the ramp, which is good. So we're here. We've got plenty of room. This guy can reverse. That's all good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Hey, future EC here. This might be a little bit of an abrupt end to the episode, but I think I'm like an hour into editing, and I have a ton more footage with automating this monorail to go back and forth from each of the stations. So we'll cover that next episode. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.